Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode numero nueve. I almost said nine. Yeah, episode number nine of Halfcourt Headlines. I am Andrew. Um, Aiden sadly can't make it today. A lot of homework. You know how it be. He's a senior. It's a tough year, but he'll be here the next one. Got a couple things planned. The next coming episodes, we got gonna do some predictions. We're gonna go east, and then we're gonna go west predictions, and then we'll do a final episode before the season starts. And then once the season starts, we are gonna go crazy. We got game recaps, we got predictions, hot takes as usual. Um, just a bunch of stuff. I'm super excited for that. Really similar to the opposite field outlook, where we just go and make our recaps, and then we talk about funny topics, serious topics, stuff like that. So big things coming for this podcast. So let's get right into the news. Yeah, let's do it. So took a little bit of a 2 week break, but here we go. So we got the Warriors there working out Ben McLemore, Kenneth Fareed, Alfred Payton, and Rondé Hollis Jefferson. Um, First one, Kenneth Fareed. He's 32 years old. Um, he could be a solid forward option, in my opinion. Hasn't played since 2018, so kind of took 2 to 3 years off. But in that like gap, um, basically since he entered the league in 2011, he's gotten double figures. Basically, I would say like 10 to 12 points per game, and then he gets about 8 or 9 rebounds. So he's a good piece. Personally, I don't know. I think that he hasn't played in the league or he hasn't played in the league for a hot minute. So personally, I don't think he's gonna get a spot, but he could be a good option elsewhere, like overseas or something. Next one, Ben McLemore, guard. He played for the Lakers and the Blazers last year. 10 points scored, 1.6 assists, point 0.6, point 0.9 block, point 0.9 steals, and point 0.6 blocks. Um, Personally, I think Ben McLemore is a pretty decent player. Great to have off of your bench, but I don't know. I don't really trust the guy. In all honesty, 40% from the field, 36% from three. He's solid, but for me, I don't think he's built to go on a championship team. I think he's good enough to be in the league, just not on a good team. So kind of weird that the Warriors are trying to work him out. 29 years old, solid score. Not going to hit a lot of big shots for you, but he puts up numbers. Next one, Alfred Payton, 2014, 2014 10th overall pick. Out of where did this man go? I want to say Kentucky. I'm right. I get a lot of money. Oh, Louisiana Lafayette. So kind of a college you wouldn't expect to produce basketball talent, but he's been decent. Definitely not worthy of a 10th overall pick in 2014, but he's been solid. He's been in the league. Last year, 3 points a game, 1.8 rebounds, 2 assists, and he shot 38% from the field, 22% from three. Only played in 50 games for the Suns. Um, in Throughout 2014 or 2015 to like 2020, he's been a double figure scorer. So he can put up points. Personally, I don't like him. I don't think he's that good. But when he gets the chance, like we saw Orlando, the Pelicans, Knicks for a little bit, he played pretty well. So I think if he goes to like a lesser team, not the Warriors, but if he goes to like a lesser team, he can get a bigger role for sure. But I don't think the Warriors really need Macklemore or Peyton, in my opinion. Next one, Rondé Hollis Jefferson. last one, 27 years old. Feels like this guy's been in the league forever. 27 years old. He's a decent scorer, good forward option. 9.7 points a game, 2.5, sorry, 2.5 points a game, 2.4 assists per game, um, and zero point 0.2 rebounds per game. Wait, that's not it. 2.4 rebounds per game. Yeah, I'm a little stupid right now. I think he's a decent defender, decent scorer. I like him better than Fareed just because he's been playing a good amount. Hasn't played since last year, so he kind of took a year off. But um, his field goal percentage is good, puts up a lot of numbers. And three, I won't even mention that. But, I think he could be a very solid option for the Warriors. Um, yeah. Who do I think the Warriors are going to sign out of those four? I think I said Hollis, Jefferson, and Fareed. Really, I think Hollis Jefferson is the number one option just because, um, they have all the guards: Curry, Poole, Thompson, DiVincenzo, Mac McClung. They got all those guards. Not so much for the defenders. They have Wiggins, they have Kaminga, um, Draymond Green, Kevin Looney, Wiseman. That's really about it. I think Hollis Jefferson and Fareed would be good options for sure. We'll see what happens because season starts about a month from now, so we will definitely keep an eye on those guys. All right, next topic. The Philadelphia 76ers. They get a star in Montrezl Harrell. 2-year deal worth $5 million. dollars. Absolute steal right there. Shouldn't even be legal. It's like a highway robbery for them. Since 2017, he's averaged double figures, 13.1 points a game, 6.1 rebounds, 2 assists, shot 64% from the field, 24% from three. This guy is a stud. This guy will get you points off the bench. Does everything that you want as a coach. He puts his team first, and he's a great player. Had a little trouble with the law. I'm pretty sure got arrested. I think, or he faced some trouble. Let's see. Yeah, marijuana, um, misdemeanor possession. So, faced a little trouble. I personally didn't think he would get signed by the Sixers. Kind of came out of nowhere. But 76ers, they get an absolute dog in Montrezl Harrell. Montrezl Harrell is a good player. Sixth man of the year in 2020. Um, he would probably back up Embiid or Tobias Harris. Great addition off the bench. I really love what they're doing there. 76ers, they need scores off the bench, and he can play defense. Also, he's a great pickup for them. He's going to be hungry. A lot of teams didn't really give him a chance, so he's willing to do whatever it takes for them to get a win. And Doc, he gets a former Clipper, so, kind of hard not to cheer on him since he's a good player. Helped us out. Forced that 2018 Warriors team to 6 games. I still remember that. Probably the most excited I've been as a Clippers fan. But yeah, they get a great player. Really love what the Sixers are doing. Yeah, good stuff for them. Um, Here's another one for you. Another uniform. The Detroit Pistons, they unveil a new jersey. I'll read what it says for this one. According to the according to the Detroit Bad Boys blog on SB Nation, um, the new jerseys are black and bold with DET in big block lettering stitched across the chest and blue and red stripes underneath in a nod to the Bad Boys era warm-up jackets of the 1980s. The stripes go from horizontal to vertical along the sides and the shorts, which features the Pistons 313 logo. Um, Personally, I think these jerseys are they're kind of slick. I'm not gonna lie, they're kind of cool. I like the red and the blue stripes. Um, it's a little bit different. When I think the Pistons, I think of white, like white, and then you would have a little bit of blue and red sprinkled in between, but it's more dark. Definitely jersey. I don't think a lot of people really expected, but it looks kind of cool. Um, I think if I had to rate this out of 10, a 6 out of 10. It's not good. It's not bad. It's a decent jersey. I'm not gonna lie. Um, yeah. All right. Next news: the Mavericks they re-signed Maxi Kleber or Kleba Maxi Kleba to a 3-year, $33 million deal. Um, $11 million annually. $33 million fully guaranteed. 9 million dollars his final year, and he gets 3 more years. So he's basically on the team for 4 years, unless the Mavericks decide to trade him. Um, let's see his stats. So it's $33 million a year, and overall not a bad signing for them. 7 points a game last year, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. Shot 40% from the field. Overall, good signing for them. I think the Mavs have a lot of forwards, so good that they're getting this man locked up. Um, he's a good 3-point shooter too, 36% from the field. Um, they got a good one. Personally, here's what I think. I think the Mavericks are doing this so they can have Kleba in a trade, so they can get a better player. Since they lost Brunson, Brunson was a huge playoff contributor for them. Um, I think you could put Kleba and maybe Bullock and I don't know, maybe Josh Green and a pick to get like Middleton or Wiggins. They definitely need a forward. They're good on shooting guard and point guard. They need a forward. Finney Smith is good. Wood is good. Yeah, they just need a small forward, and then they're golden. I think Middleton or Wiggins. They're pretty solid options in my opinion. I think Dallas fans would really love um, him. But for the time being, Mavs get a very solid contributor, good shooter. He wrecked the Clippers in 2020. I remember, kind of shot all around us. Barely beat the Mavericks, but um, Klebe is a good player. Um, so it's 9 million this year, and then 11 million the next 3 years. So good deal for them. Jordan Clarkson. This man. Oh, that's not it. Jordan Clarkson. What can I tell you about Jordan Clarkson? He's generated the most trade interest from the Bucks, the Grizzlies, the Raptors, and the Kings. What about Jordan Clarkson? Won a Six Man of the Year. I think last year. I'm pretty sure it was last year. Um, 16 points a game, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and he shot 42% from the field, 32% from three. Very solid option off the bench. Definitely transformed from his Laker days. Um, Played a bigger role too. Um, Helping the Jazz in the playoffs. He's a good player, really good player. Out of those 4 teams, the Bucks, the Grizzlies, the Raptors, and the Kings, who can I see picking up Clarkson? I said the Bucks. I think the Bucks have the most legit chance at signing or trading for Jordan Clarkson. You have Drew Holiday, Grayson Allen, Chris Middleton, Giannis, and Brooke Lopez. His contract is $11.5 million. I said trade away either Matthews or Allen or both to get Clarkson, and you can plug in Clarkson at the 2 spot. So your lineup would be Drew Holiday, Clarkson, Middleton, Antetokounmpo, and Brooke Lopez. Very solid lineup. I gotta see what Grayson Allen's contract is. So if it's cheap, then you might have to get rid of like Serge Ibaka maybe or someone else. Yeah, it's about 8.5 million, so they could get it done. Maybe put on a pick there. I don't think the Raptors are really in the running for him. Neither are the Grizzlies. They have Desmond Bain, Gary Trent for the Raptors, and the Kings. Sure, the Kings will love him, but they don't have a lot of assets besides Fox, Sabonis. Thought that was Kyler Murray for a second. It's actually Keegan Murray. I guess they could trade Harrison Barnes and plug him, Clarkson at the 3, but it all really depends on what they're willing to give up. So if there was a team that was going to trade for Clarkson, I could see the Bucks. I think the Bucks really have options, unlike the Lakers, because all the Lakers fans are like, we will give up Westbrook and you give us 3 first-round picks and you give us Clarkson. Fair deal? Like, yeah. The Bucks actually have assets, so I think the Bucks end up getting Clarkson. So keep an eye on that one because the Jazz are in full sell mode. It's a fire sale over in Utah. Danny Ainge wants those first-round picks. Definitely keep an eye on it. Also, here's a headline for you. Jazz believe Clarkson, Bojan, and Beasley are each worth a first-round pick. Clarkson, I can see. Bojan, a player swap. I don't think he's worth a first-rounder. Although he's very solid. Could be a second-round pick. And Beasley's pretty young, I'm pretty sure. Not Michael Beasley, Malik. Yeah, he's 25 years old. I think Clarkson and Beasley are worth first round picks. He's not far off. I mean, that's a pretty valid claim for sure. Um, but overall, I think Jazz definitely need to get rid of some of their players, or else they're just, what are you doing? You have to get rid of them. Get some sort of compensation for the Mitchell and Gobert trades. Um, that's what happens. So Jazz, don't expect them to be very good this year. I think a lot of people aren't really expecting much out of them, and it makes a lot of sense since they don't really have a lot of talent now. Um, yeah, keep an eye on that. Um, a new number 6 NBA patch will be on every NBA jersey this year, honoring the late great Bill Russell. Here's the picture. If any of you were wondering, I take all my information off of NBA Stream. That's the Instagram, and I also do. I'm on Twitter. Don't follow me, um, but I follow Woj. I follow Shams. Just a bunch of sources, but the main ones are NBA Stream. But yeah, NBA is doing a thing where they will have the Bill Russell number on every patch. He did so much for the game, fought for civil rights. It's a very fitting nod to Bill Russell, true legend of the game. I think it's good for the league. You got to honor your legends somehow. Why not do it on the jersey? Um, Only problem is the Lakers only had Kobe Bryant on theirs. No other team had it. I think, actually, no, that isn't a problem. I think if Kobe was here um, and he died, they would have a patch for him too on every team. Definitely worthy of it, no doubt about that. But every team gets Bill Russell patch on. Their jerseys, super cool. It's to the Celtics, great. So you gotta love that. All right, let's get some rapid headlines. Lakers and Jazz have exchanged trade offers but remain far apart. We kind of skimmed over that a little bit ago. I said Westbrook and Westbrook for Clarkson and Bojan trade question mark. I think the salary lines up. It's about 45 to 44. I think the Lakers want to get rid of Russ at any cost, and doing this definitely gets rid of him, and you get two solid pieces off the bench. Lakers, if they did this trade, Lakers would be kind of scary in my opinion. You have AD coming back. He's scary when he's healthy. You have LeBron. LeBron's always good. You have um, Clarkson. You have Bojan, great contributors. Reminds me of the 2020 team. They had LeBron and AD and a bunch of great role players. That's what got it done for them. Um, but yeah, Lakers and Jazz trying to get some trades done. It's most likely going to be Westbrook. I don't really see anyone else getting traded for the Lakers. Um, yeah, Westbrook, he has listed his house in LA for sale. Um, Coincidence? I don't think so. I think, actually, I do think it is a coincidence. You want to know why? Um, he has 1 year left on his deal. I think the Lakers, um, who's the GM? Not Ainge. Rob Palenka. I think Rob Palenka is really trying to, get rid of Westbrook, and I think he wants to get at least some value for the trade that he took last year. Um, yeah, definitely keep an eye on that because I think definitely before the season Westbrook could be gone. If not, we shall see. Yeah, it says Westbrook is very open to a trade from the Lakers. Yeah, look out for a trade coming because it's looking like Westbrook is gonna be gone every single day. So keep an eye out on that. Kemba and the Pistons haven't agreed on a buyout. It's kind of weird because you go from the Knicks to the Pistons and you're like, oh, he's gonna be bought out. Still hasn't been bought out yet. Um, should have happened a couple days after the draft, but it's looking more and more likely that not Jordan Clarkson, that Kemba Walker is going to be staying on the Pistons for the season. So yeah, I think the Pistons, if they get to keep Kemba Walker is a good veteran, um, good scorer. You'd have Cade, Jalen Ivey, Sadiq Bey, Marvin Bagley, and Isaiah Stewart. Plug in Kemba Walker off the bench. Your team is pretty solid. Overall, I think if he doesn't get bought out, Pistons will be even better because currently he's not listed on the lineup. But you add Kemba Walker, multiple time All Star, you're looking pretty solid. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, every team would love a multiple time All Star helping their young core. So you gotta love that. All right, next topic. Kind of a serious one. The NBA on Tuesday fined Suns owner Robert Sarver $10 million and suspended him from those leagues for a year after a probe conducted by a New York based firm, Watchell, Lipton, Rosen, and Katz determined Sarver was guilty of racist and sexist workplace conduct. And that's according to MSNBC. Sarver is the owner of the Suns and the Mercury. That's the WNBA team. So Robert Sarver, he gets a $10 million fine and he gets banned from the NBA for a year. Um, Draymond Green said the owner should vote on if they want to kick out Robert Sarver from the league. They need a three-fourths majority vote, which I think a lot of people would agree that Robert Sarver deserves to get out of the NBA. He's not a very good person. I'm not gonna lie. Um, Probably the worst owner since Donald Sterling, let's be honest. Kind of similar guys. Um, Donald Sterling, the whole racism and all that. Sarver, same deal. I don't know, but just the fact that this guy can do this and it's taken this long for the NBA to actually figure, oh dang, he's actually doing some bad things. Maybe we should fine him. And the fine isn't even a lot, $10 million, chump change for these owners. Um, I think a new owner would be great for the Suns. Um, Here are the two potential candidates for the Suns ownership. I said Luka Doncic or Giannis. Um, Luka and Giannis very deserving to be the owners of the not of the Mavericks, of the Suns. Um, yeah, I think they'd be a lot more competent than this man over here, Robert Sarver. So Sarver, he gets banned for a year, $10 million. Could be good, could be bad, could be a rallying cry. Chris Paul, Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, all of them being like, "We gotta win now. We gotta win because this owner is holding us back." Um, yeah, so he gets banned for a year. Um, I think Suns fans really want an owner who's not afraid to trade and all that. Sarver's kind of been incompetent as an owner. Let's see how long he's on the Suns. He's on the Suns. On the Suns in 2004. So about 20 years. Suns haven't done what since. Only been good as of late. So yeah, he gets banned for a year. Here's one for you. Carl Anthony Towns calls himself one of the best offensive players in history. Slow down there, bud. Um, he's a good offensive player, but not in history. I know that for a fact. He's been a great player since his career started in 2015. Averaged 25, 10, 4, 1 steal, 1 block. Um, Shot 53% from the field, 41% from three. He is a good player. Don't get me wrong. But all time, I don't know. Carl Anthony Towns is kind of young. Let's see. 26 years old. There is no way you can call yourself um, one of the best offensive players in history. He does have some credit, right? 24, 25 a game. Really good offensive player. I don't think he's one of the best in league history. You have guys, Steph, LeBron, Jordan, compare his position, Wilt, and Shaq. I don't know. If he keeps producing like this and he actually starts winning, you could definitely make a case for it down the line. But right now, I don't buy it, and I think he's a little bit crazy. But keep producing, prove me wrong. I think Cat is very, I would say, top 15 offensive talent. There's a lot of guys in the league. But when he's healthy, Carl Anthony Towns, without a doubt, produces. All right. Yeah. Lakers, they remain busy. They get a Lakers, they agree to a 1 year, $2.64 million deal with Dennis Schroder. He's absolutely been going off in the EuroLeague past couple of days. Last season in 2021, he averaged 13.5, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, shot 43% from the field, 34% from three with the Rockets in 64 games. So definitely contributed. Yeah. Schroeder, he's a good player, good offensive player. Not as good as he once was, like 2017 with the Hawks, but he's a very solid player. Last 5 games in the EuroLeague, 30 points, 8 assists, 26 points, 8 assists, 25 points, 8 assists, 22 points, 8 assists, 19 points, and 5 assists. So this man is absolutely producing. My only complaint with Schroder is, what are you doing? Why are you lowballing yourself now? You got offered a 4-year, $84 million deal. How much is that annually? Let's look at this. That is $21 million a year. That is insane. And the fact that you're like a 15, 16, 17 point scorer a game. You get like 7 assists a game. The fact that you reject that deal is insane. And now you're making basically minimum wage in the NBA. What are you doing, bud? You had the bag right there. And I was rooting for you too, because I know you kind of stunk with the Lakers, okay? And the Lakers were like, yeah, we see you. You're deserving of $21 million a deal, $21 million a year. And kind of sucks, you know. He kind of fumbled the bag there. But the Lakers get him for much, much, much cheaper than what he was offered in 2020. Um, Starting lineup, you can call it whatever it is. Schroeder, Westbrook, LeBron, Anthony Davis, Thomas Bryant. The center position is kind of a little wacky for the Lakers. It could be Damian Jones or Bryant. And you also have none off the bench: Beverly, Reeves, Toscano Anderson. Solid team. But come on, Schroeder. What are you doing? Anyone on a heartbeat would take that deal. The fact that he didn't kind of sucks. Pacers, they have signed James Johnson to a minimum deal. Uh, James Johnson last year, 5.5 points a game, 3.5 rebounds, 2.1 assists, shot 47% from the field, 27% from three. Um, Overall, solid signing for the Pacers. I think Pacers need a lot of veterans. They have young guys: Halliburton, Mathurin, Jalen Smith, uh, Oshai Brissett, Neesmith, Duarte. All these guys are young. It's a mostly young team with some veterans sprinkled in there. You have a Miles Turner, you have Buddy Hield. It's a young team. You need a veteran like him. He's been all around the NBA with the Bulls, the Raptors, the Kings, Grizzlies, the Raptors once again, the Heat, and the Nets last year. Um, yeah, I think the Pacers, good deal for him. Um, don't expect much out of him, but I think a mentorship role could help. The emergence of Halliburton, Mathurin this year for sure. So look out. And he should help out the forward position if they so need it. He's 35 years old today, so don't expect a lot out of him, but good veteran presence. Um, Now going back to everyone's favorite constructor, the man who makes brick houses, Russell Westbrook. Lakers, they're strongly considering bringing Russell Westbrook off the bench. It's kind of blasphemous in my opinion. How do you have the leader in triple doubles, really a generational type talent? And how do you say, oh, one bad down year? What did he average? Because I know he shot terrible, but 18 and a half a game, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. Those are good numbers, not for Westbrook standards, but really good numbers for any other player. The fact that he is like being talked about coming off the bench, that is insane to me. How do you have that type of talent coming off the bench? It's straight up disrespectful. I think if the Lakers are actually saying that to Westbrook's face, you might as well just leave because that's disrespectful. Yeah, not the best moment for the Lakers there. Um, but in basketball, I think Westbrook is could be a good player off the bench. Comes in, does his job, comes out. It's a solid game plan. I'm not gonna lie, but we shall see where that goes. If Westbrook gets traded, the league might turn upside. I'm kidding. It won't turn upside down, but definitely could be interesting. I think right now the teams that are willing to trade for Westbrook are really the Jazz. The Jazz are the only option. So if I was a betting man, I would say the Utah Jazz swoop in and they pick up um, Westbrook. All right, couple more topics, then we're gonna end the video there. Robert Williams, he's undergoing knee surgery and he's gonna be out 4 to 6 weeks. Uh, this hurts the Celtics, but they have depth. Um, I think the Celtics are one of those teams where if you lose a guy like Williams, it's okay. You have other guys. They have at the forward position, you can plug in Al Horford at center and Grant Williams. Um, and they have Luke Cornett. Cornett, I don't know. I don't think he's that good, but he's just a big body. Um, Definitely hurts them. He's basically out 4 to 6 weeks, so he'll probably miss the first 2 weeks of the season. Um, 7 points a game last. No, sorry, 10 points a game last year. 9.6 rebounds per game, so basically a walking double double. 74% from the field. That's aesthetically pleasing to watch. Um, Great player. He played good in the finals. Hurts them, but if you're gonna get injured now. Um, don't get injured later in the season. I think he was a little bit injured in the finals. If it was the same injury, why are you waiting this long to get some surgery? Get surgery in the offseason when you're not playing basketball because your team actually needs you. Um, but once he comes back, I think overall, I think they'll be in a good position for sure. Celtics are going to be good as always. They always have a good team. And Danny Ainge, sorry, not Danny Ainge. Who's the Celtics GM? It was Brad Stevens, yeah. Uh, I think he always finds some players. So, yeah. Last topic of the day. In the next CBA, the NBA is expected to lower draft age to 18 years old. That's freaking nuts, man. The first thing I thought of when this was announced, I thought, LeBron, you are insane. You just want Bronny to play with you, and then you can retire. Um, you have the biggest influence in the NBA. Just makes perfect sense, right? Bronny is a senior this year. He's basically turning 18, I think, in the next coming weeks. So he'll be 18 right when the NBA season is underway. It's kind of nuts, I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of crazy. Um, Really, just the fact that this came up out of nowhere, it's kind of crazy, right? You have all these players who are coming out of high school and they have to 4 years in college. Kind of sucks, right? Um, but I think they can come right out of high school to play in the NBA. Kind of a W move. It's kind of really already happening with the G League. You have players, like G League, Ignite, all those other programs. They're already playing, so it's not much of a difference, right? But just the fact that LeBron said he wants to play with Bronny, and then the fact that this thing gets announced, it kind of blows my mind. Um, but yeah, hasn't been official yet, but it's in the talks for the next CBA. When is the next CBA? With a mutual opt out in 2022. So after this year, could we see Bronny with LeBron, or the year after that? Definitely could see it. Yeah, definitely keep an eye on that one. Um, and with that, that is going to do it for this episode of Half Court Headlines, episode 9. Sorry we couldn't have Aiden today. Aiden has a lot of homework. Um, but the next coming episodes, we've got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. Predictions for the East, predictions for the West. We're going to do an actual awards prediction. Who's going to win MVP, Defensive Player of the Year? First teams, second, yeah, just first teams. Who's going to be a good rookie? And who's going to win the NBA Finals? We will talk about all of that in the next coming episodes. That's going to do it for today. As always, I'm Andrew, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a great rest of your day, everyone, and I will see you all around next Tuesday. Peace out, y'all.